the numbers keep going up. 6 weeks in theaters, 343 million in America alone, 512 million internationally. A global total that just crossed $856 million, which means Michael Jackson's biopic has now officially passed Venom, Shrek the Third, Jumanji, The Next Level, and The Da Vinci Code to break into the top 100 highest-grossing movies ever made. Not the top 100 music biopics, not the top 100 films of 2026, the top 100 movies in the entire history of cinema. And Japan hasn't even opened yet. To put this in perspective, Bohemian Rhapsody, the Queen biopic that won 4 Oscars and made Rami Malek a household name, is sitting at $911 million worldwide and currently holds the record as the highest-grossing music biopic ever made. Michael is closing in on that number by the week. Analysts who follow the box office say the Japan release alone, one of the most dedicated Michael Jackson fan markets on the planet, could be the push that finally takes this film past Bohemian Rhapsody into history. A film that was originally predicted to open at $52 to $65 million domestically. A film that opened to $97 million. A film the critics gave a 38% on Rotten Tomatoes, while the audience gave it a 97%. The culture voted, and it voted overwhelmingly. And now officially confirmed, Part 2 is coming. On May 21st, during Lionsgate's quarterly earnings call with investors and analysts, Motion Picture Group Chair Adam Fogelson went on record. His exact words, "We are really excited about the progress we're making with respect to a second Michael film. All the conversations that we've been having with all of the appropriate parties continue to go exceptionally well." Then he added something that should make every fan's heart beat faster. There is a ton of incredibly entertaining Michael Jackson story, and much of the biggest and most popular parts of his music catalog that were not touched upon in the first film. There are so many other events that happened, even in the time frame of the original movie, that weren't touched upon. Think about what he just said. The biggest parts of Michael Jackson's catalog were not in the first film. Thriller, the greatest selling album of all time. Billie Jean, Beat It, the Moonwalk on Motown 25, the 1993 Super Bowl halftime show, the performance that redefined what a halftime show even was. None of it was in the first movie. The film ended with Michael leaving the Jacksons after Off the Wall in 1979. That means everything people think of when they picture Michael Jackson: the red jacket, the white glove, the Pepsi commercial, Neverland Ranch, Lisa Marie Presley, the 2005 trial, none of that has been filmed for the big screen yet. Here's what sources say Part 2 is expected to cover. The Thriller era in full. The Beatles catalog purchased Michael, outbidding Paul McCartney for the At-V catalog in 1985 for $47.5 million, destroying a friendship in the process. The Dangerous album and tour, the 1993 Super Bowl performance, the 1993 accusations, and the $23 million settlement. His marriages, first to Lisa Marie Presley, then to Debbie Rowe, the mother of 2 of his children. Neverland Ranch being built and eventually raided. The 2005 trial that the first movie deliberately erased from its runtime. And his passing in June 2009. Producer Graham King wants to start filming in late 2026. Based on the production timeline of the first film, a realistic release would be 2028 at the earliest, possibly 2029. But here's the question the entire internet is arguing about right now. The first film cut out the 1993 Chandler allegations entirely because of a legal clause in a settlement. It ignored Leaving Neverland. It ignored the Casio family, who just filed a federal lawsuit this year. The Robson and Safechuck civil trial is scheduled for November 2026. How does Part 2 handle any of that? Because you cannot tell the story of Michael Jackson's life from 1988 to 2009 and skip the most controversial chapters. That would be the equivalent of making a film about O.J. Simpson and ending it in 1993. The box office success has proven the audience is there. The audience proved it with $856 million. But the question Adam Fogelson didn't answer on that investor call, the one nobody from Lionsgate has answered publicly, is whether Part 2 tells the full story or gives the world another carefully edited version of the man. The first film gave Michael Jackson the beginning he deserved. The sequel has to decide whether it's willing to show the end he actually had. And with the Netflix documentary now streaming, the Casio lawsuit in federal court, and a civil trial coming in November, the full story is already making its way out. Whether Part 2 is ready for that or not, subscribe, because when production begins, we're covering every update.